Let's talk about the process of making the book, though. And you had this limited amount of time. How did you guys actually work? How did you put this whole thing together?
It didn't feel like a limited amount of time. We spent 2 years, and most of the conversations we had were very casual, and they got deeper and deeper as the 2 years went on. I'd take long walks with him. As you know, that's one of his management techniques, or the way he likes to have a conversation.
As you worked, did you notice that he changed as he got sicker? How did that play out?
Well, he didn't just steadily get, he got much better. He had lots of ups and downs, and I found that he just got more and more emotional and intimate as the two years of interviews wore on. One of the things that surprised me, and I know it happened with you, it's in the book that it happened with you, is you'd look up and he'd be crying. He would be crying about how Lee Clow had done a beautiful proposal for an advertisement when he did the Think Different ads.
Right.
Or about his wife Lorene and how, important and amazing she was, and this is what he was going to give her for her anniversary, their anniversary. That emotionalism really struck me, and it also, the point of any biography is you want to tie personality to product. You want to tie, the way the person was as a human to what he did in life, and that was such an easy link to make because his deep romantic emotional streak is reflected in the products he made and the company he built.
How Freudian was his behavior really? I think you suggest that pretty strongly, that there's the abandonment and his behavior was in part a reaction to how he was brought up. Yeah. He was given up for adoption.
I talked to him about what it was like. When he was a young kid, he goes across the street. We were taking a walk around his neighborhood, and the girl across the street says, "Oh, you were adopted. That means your parents didn't want you." And he said, "Ooh, lightning bolts went off in my head." And I went back to my own house and talked to his parents, Paul and Clara Jobs, who had adopted him. And they said, "No, listen carefully. We specifically picked you out." And he said, "I didn't end up feeling abandoned. I felt chosen and special." And I think if you look at what Steve was like, his life, he did feel chosen. He did feel special.
So Steve Jobs was a genius?
Genius is a tough word. I wrote about it a little bit because I don't think he was the smartest engineer in the room, when he was sitting around with Bill Gates or anybody else. But he had a unique quality that I think is a component of genius, which is the ability to connect art, aesthetics, beauty, to engineering, technology. He really showed what a 21st century American economy should be, which is connecting creativity to technology.